All right, how about it?
Well, Kurt Busch keeps driving away. Every time they have a restart, he drives away. I think Harvick will be okay if they run the next 37 laps under the green, but will they?
See what kind of start Jamie McMurray gets here, too.
Yeah, here's where Jamie's got to take advantage of it. Harvick saw it coming.
Defense.
He tried his best to get on the inside, could not quite make it.
That's out the nose of Jamie McMurray's car.
Our camera still lives. That's amazing. All the 20 caution flags. We've got a camera in the front bumper of the car, and it's still working.
That probably explains why he's in third place.
Now, I said this guy here earlier was pretty fast, and he's pretty fast right now. Jimmy Johnson. His car's working real well. Down on the bottom of the racetrack.
Problem he's got, he can't waste any time getting around McMurray.
Now he's got to use the bumper a little bit. He's going to have to get a little bit of aggressive. Don't you think, Marty?
I agree, Wally. And the other problem for him right now is the fact that it takes a while for his car to come in. They've been better on these longer runs, and that's when you pointed out last time it was towards the end of a run, and that's kind of been the trend for these guys. A little bit tight right now. 48 bucks.
Kind of got them all bottled up there from third place on back. McMurray, Johnson, Ryan Newman, Dale Jarrett. Yeah, Craven and Earnhardt Jr. in that group. And just behind them, Matt Kenseth has just picked up a couple of more spots on those fresh tires. He's now to 10th. Trying to close in on this group. Jeremy Mayfield will be the next one he has to pass. So another championship charge for Matt Kenseth here tonight. Marty.
To finish what we were saying earlier, Robbie Reiser said we were not going to stay in ninth. We were going to go backwards because the car was just way too tight. So they made an adjustment on that last stop, pound out of both left side tires, and it's really helped the car come around, and those fresh tires are making a difference. See, those drivers do know what they're talking about, right, Wally?
I'll tell you what, they do. These guys are doing a great job. I mean, they just make all the right decisions.
And we talked about during the commercial break, that's one thing, an advantage of having such a huge points lead. He can make decisions like this to go in, change 4 tires instead of just, okay, we got to hang out there and run in the top 10. Try to win this thing.
Working on Dale Jr. That'll be for 8th place. Got him.
No problem.
Boy, he's rolling now.
Well, he can't win unless we have caution flags, 2 or 3 of them, but he can sure get back up in the top 5 before this thing's over.
Working on Ricky Craven for 7th.
And he just passed the guy he's racing for the championship with. Yeah. Dale behind him, Dale Jr.
So Kenseth to 7th now with 27 laps to go. He's 3.5 seconds behind Kurt Busch. He's only about 1/10 of a second a lap faster than Kurt. That math does not add up.
No.
How about Kurt Busch? What a weekend! What a week it's been for him. The aftermath of the confrontation with Jimmy Spencer last weekend, the radio transcripts that came out earlier in the week, and the tale turning on him, if you will, through the week. He came here Friday morning, had a very tense press conference, met with reporters for a little while. And Bill, it's been an amazing week for Kurt Busch, all things considered.
It really has, Alan. In fact, before last weekend, he had promised Matt Kenseth he would go to Oregon, Wisconsin, outside of Madison, to race on the short track at the Madison International Speedway. After the incident on Monday, Kenseth called Busch and said, listen, if you don't feel at all like going, you don't have to go. Busch said, I'm going. He went up there, and driver introductions, 10,000 fans cheered him. When I talked to Busch here on Friday morning, he said, if I'm booed, and they're probably going to boo me, his plan is to walk taller, stand taller, and race harder. And he hopes that pays off tonight.
And they did boo him, but I think if you win here tonight, how can you boo a guy that just won at Bristol for 500 laps?
You can't, but right now he's starting to slow down, and Harvick is catching him. Harvick's faster right now. Matt, something going on with this 97 car?
Well, shades of last year with Tony Stewart trying to turn a bad week into a good one. A lot of conversation, though, on the radio concerning his alternator and losing goals between Kurt and crew chief Jimmy Finney.
Get everything off. That'll help our battery, so we need stuff off.
The
Good for him. Leaving a radiator fan on. All right, that's okay.
He said the volts have already gone down to 10. They have told him turn off everything possible that you can. We're going to try to hold on. Less than 20 to go. Hoping to pick up another win here at Bristol, Dave, as the 29 is starting to close.
Guess what, Matt? They know about Kurt's problems, and that's given Kevin more confidence.
But that lap, it seemed like when he turned everything off, he got that juice that he needed because all of a sudden he ran a faster lap than Harvick.
And it's really important to catch traffic now in your favor. You got to have your spotter up there saying, listen, got to get these guys out of my way, because if I've got to lift just one little bit for a slower car, the guy behind me is going to just pounce.
While you're watching the top two, Matt Kenseth has moved into 5th position around Ryan Newman, and he's trying to close on Jimmy Johnson and take 4th away.
Boy, what a great move that was. Put tires on that car.
Yes, it was.
Outstanding call. Kenseth, last 3 Bristol finishes, 6th, 5th, and 2nd.
And what a pleasure these cars are to drive when they're so much faster than everyone else and they stink.
Yeah, see how easy it is to pass those guys? That's what
I
tires
love this, he said. I love this.
He'll have a big smile when he gets out tonight. He won't be one of the angry guys. Yeah.
That's right.
And you know, great point was just brought up to me too. We're not talking fuel mileage at the end of a race.
Amen.
We're out there talking put tires on, charge through the field. Kind of like it used to be. Not all that long ago. So Kenseth now up to 4th place, trying to catch Jamie McMurray ahead of him for 3rd. Meantime, Kurt Busch hoping the battery voltage holds out. His advantage over Kevin Harvick pretty stable at about a 2nd.
Yeah, like I said, the traffic is the most important thing right now, is to catch the traffic right.
Kurt Busch's last 3 finishes here at Bristol. A win, a 6th, and a win. Trying to make it 3 out of 4 if he can take his sponsor's race.
See how Stewart moved up the racetrack?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's what you want the guys to do that aren't racing for the lead.
And naturally, the fastest car in the top 10, Matt Kenseth.
Harvick not making up any ground right now. 10 to go for Kurt Busch. There's McMurray, and here comes Kenseth.
He might be able to get the 3rd spot, talking about Matt Kenseth.
Yeah. Tell you, if we were to see a caution here and get a single file restart, boy, would that get interesting. It'd have to be a quick caution, though. The cutoff lap, the point at which NASCAR would use the red flag in order to try and get a green flag finish, is lap 495. And we're only going to be 3 laps away from that as Kurt Busch crosses the stripe. Working under Robbie Gordon, who's had a tough night. They're behind the wall on 2 different occasions. Brake problems early that involved in a crash. Robbie running 35th, 108 laps down to Kurt Busch.
And not having a whole lot of fun.
Making laps.
Say what, Harvick has fallen back off of Kurt Busch now, and he's fallen into the clutches of Jamie McMurray and Matt Kenseth. So Kenseth may have a shot at getting as high as 2nd in this thing. Look at him closing in.
Yep. Gaining quick.
If the voltage holds up for Kurt Busch, the race is going to be for 2nd. 5 laps to go.
It is going to be interesting to see how the crowd reacts.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think, a guy wins at Bristol, drives his butt off for 500 laps. How can you boo that guy?
You need to stand up and cheer because he did a great job.
Kenseth on McMurray.
McMurray's going to have to make that thing real wide. I don't think he can make it that wide.
No, I don't think he can either.
3 laps to go. Lap traffic ahead. Todd Bodine's car. Damage to an early crash. While all that's going on, it's racing for 2nd and 3rd. Kurt Busch down to his final couple of circuits around Bristol. Looking for his 4th win of 2003. You know, we said it before, but it is worth repeating what a week it's been. And what a way to try and get things back on track where your racing is concerned. All the off-track items have been a distraction, but he's come out tonight and put it all aside and driven a very hard race. Final corner. And we'll see what kind of reception he gets in victory lane. It's checkered flag number 4 for 2003. Kurt Busch takes the Sharpie 500 at Bristol.